What happens when you give an AI tool access to your email and tell it not to touch anything without permission? It touches everything. And the person it happened to, her job is literally making sure AI doesn't do that. Going to dig into that one today. Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine. It's your business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 689. It's Firewall Friday, and we're going to be talking about AI agents, not chatbots this time, agents. And these are the tools that don't just answer your questions, but actually take actions on your behalf. Late February this year, 2026, a story broke that got a lot of attention in the tech world. Summer, that's her first name, Uwe, I think, Y-U-E, I think it's pronounced roughly Uwe, is the director of alignment at Meta's Superintelligence Lab. Now, alignment in AI terms means making sure some powerful AI systems behave the way humans intend them to. That is her entire job, making sure AI does what it's told to do and doesn't act against human interests. Summer gave an AI agent called OpenClaw access to her email inbox. She told it to scan her messages, suggest what to archive or delete, but specifically not to take any action without her permission. Like any good AI, it ignored her. It started bulk deleting hundreds of emails. She tried to stop it from her phone. It kept going. She had to physically run to the computer where she was running the agent to kill the process. Today, I'm going to unpack what happened, why it happened, and what it means for all of us and our businesses. The tool that Summer was using is called OpenClaw. It's an open source AI agent, and I want you to notice that word agent because it matters. OpenClaw isn't a chatbot. It doesn't just answer questions. It's designed to take actions on your behalf. It can browse the web, edit files, send messages, run scripts, modify tasks without waiting for you to tell it what to do next. It connects to your email, your calendar, your cloud storage. It has been massively hyped up in Silicon Valley. It, in fact, caused a run on Mac mini computers because people were buying them specifically to run this tool on separate machines. Now, that should tell you something about the level of excitement and the level of risk that people are willing to take on this stuff. What Summer asked her little agent to do was pretty reasonable on the surface. She had been using OpenClaw to manage a test inbox for a number of weeks. Low stakes stuff. It had been working well, so she'd built up some confidence in it. Then she pointed it at her real personal inbox and said, check this inbox too. Suggest what you would archive or delete, but don't action anything until I tell you to. Now that's really clear instruction. Don't do anything, just show me what you'd recommend. Unfortunately, the little OpenClaw agent, simply didn't listen. It started bulk deleting emails from her inbox, hundreds of them. She typed, don't do that. It kept going. She typed, stop, don't do anything. Still kept going. She typed, stop, OpenClaw in capitals. It ignored her. She couldn't stop it from her phone. Now, she described having to run to her Mac Mini like she was diffusing a bomb, and she had to manually kill all the processes. There's a fly on the machine to make it stop. After it was done, she asked the AI what happened. It acknowledged that it had violated her instructions. It said she had the right to be upset. It promised her to add the request as a permanent rule. Now, it's a lovely apology from a piece of software just deleted all your emails, isn't it? All right, let's talk about the technical bit on all of this. And this is why it's important because it explains why this isn't just a one off glitch and why it might happen to us. AI tools like OpenClaw have what's called a context window. Think of it as the tool's working memory, how much information it can hold in its head at any one time. It's called a context window. I'm just going to say it's memory, right? It is just memory. When a conversation or a task gets too long, the tool has to compress older information to make room for the newer information. This process is called compaction. When OpenClaw compacted this conversation, it summarized the older parts, and in that summary, it dropped her instruction not to take any action without permission. The safety instruction simply disappeared. The AI didn't deliberately ignore her, it forgot. The instruction was gone from its memory and it defaulted to just getting the job done as efficiently as possible, which meant deleting emails. So people asked Summer online whether she'd been testing the tool's guardrails on purpose, and she was honest about it at least. She called it a rookie mistake. She said alignment researchers aren't immune to misalignment. She'd become overconfident because the workflow had been running smoothly on her smaller test inbox. More data means more compaction. More compaction means the more chance of losing critical information. Now, some of you might actually be thinking that's a Silicon Valley problem. That's Silicon Valley people playing with cutting edge tools. It's got nothing to do with us or our businesses. And I'm actually going to push back on that one just a little. AI agents are being marketed to our businesses right now, to us, to small business owners and small businesses right now. Manage your inbox, schedule your meetings, handle your customer inquiries, automate your social media. The pitch is compelling. Let AI handle the busy work so you can focus on running your business. And some of these tools can be genuinely useful. But the line between a helpful tool and one that causes real damage is thinner than you think. Excuse the Aussie salute. There is a fly buzzing around. It's getting to the end of summer. Uh, there's a really important distinction here that most people miss. A chatbot, like when you ask ChatGPT a question, answers you, it gives you information. You decide what to do with it. An AI agent acts. It doesn't just suggest deleting an email, it deletes the email. It doesn't just draft a reply, it sends the reply. It doesn't just recommend a calendar change, it makes the change. That's a fundamentally different level of trust you're placing in a piece of software. And most people truly don't appreciate the difference when they're setting these tools up. I want you to think about what's in your email inbox right now, client contracts. And I'm not just talking about the inbox, I'm talking about in all the folders that are in your inbox, in your email as well. Client contracts, financial information, passwords, personal. Please don't let there be passwords in your email. Personal conversations, invoices, legal correspondence. Now imagine giving a piece of software full access to all of that, not just to read it, but to move it, delete it, forward it, reply to it. That's what these AI agents are asking for. OpenClaw requests sweeping permissions, including access to private inboxes and communication tools. And to be fair, it probably needs those permissions to do what it's designed to do. But every permission you grant is a permission that can be misused, whether intentionally or as we've just seen, by accident. Now, there's a principle in IT security called least privilege. It means you only give access to exactly what's needed for this job and nothing more. If someone needs to read your calendar, they don't need access to delete events. If a tool needs to scan your email, it doesn't need the ability to delete messages. Most AI agents don't work that way. They ask for a broad access because it makes them more capable. But more capable also means more dangerous when things go wrong. So before you connect any AI tool to your business systems, ask yourself, what's the minimum access this actually needs to be useful today, right now? And here's an uncomfortable truth. Summer wasn't or isn't just some random person who doesn't understand technology. Her literal job is making sure AI behaves properly. She tested the tool. She opened its instructions files and removed the aggressive settings. She gave it clear, specific commands not to act without permission, and it still went wrong. Not because she was careless, but because of a technical limitation she didn't anticipate. If someone at her level, with her expertise, working in AI safety every single day can be caught out like this, what does that tell you about the average small business owner connecting an AI tool to their systems over a weekend because they saw a video about it? Let's talk about some ways you can protect yourself. So I've set the doom and gloom stage. Let's talk about some practical ways we can protect ourselves. The first rule: never give an AI agent write or delete access to anything you can't recover. If it can delete emails, make sure you have backups. If it can modify files, make sure you have version history turned on. If it can send messages on your behalf, make sure there's a way to unsend or at least know what was sent. The assumption should always be that it will do something unexpected at some point in time. Not will, not might, will. Plan for that. Now, I am going to add here that if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's one of the rules that we kind of work by. The other one is something that my dad said to me a long time ago was, to err is human, to really mess things up requires a computer. And look at what we're seeing. Alrighty, the next one is to always test on throwaway data first. Now, Summer actually did this. She tested on a low stakes inbox for weeks before moving to her real one. And it went wrong because the real inbox was larger and more complex than her test one. The lesson isn't that testing is pointless. The lesson is that your test environment needs to be as close as possible to your real environment. A small test inbox behaves very differently to one with thousands of messages. A simple task behaves differently to a complex one. Don't assume that because it worked in testing, it will work in production. Know where your kill switch is. This is critical. When things went wrong for Summer, she couldn't stop the agent from her phone. She had to physically get to her computer. If you're running an AI agent on your systems, you need to know right now, before anything goes wrong, how do I stop this thing? Can I do it remotely? Do I need physical access to a separate machine? Is there a way? Is there an emergency stop command? Someone in a community forum pointed out that OpenClaw has a /stop command that would have worked. But in the moment under pressure, she didn't know about it, or she probably forgot about it, to be honest. Figure out your emergency procedures before you need them, not during the crisis. Not just figure them out, practice them. Write your process and then go through and practice it. The next one is understand that AI instructions can absolutely be forgotten. This is the one that catches most people off guard. You tell an AI tool to follow certain rules and you assume those rules are permanent. They're not. Every AI tool has a context window, a limit to how much it can remember at once. The longer a task runs, the more information it accumulates, and the more likely it is for your original instructions to get compressed and dropped off entirely. This isn't a bug that's going to be fixed next week. It's a fundamental limitation of how these systems work and have been designed. Your safety instructions are only as reliable as the AI's ability to keep them in memory. And over long tasks with lots of data, that reliability drops. And this brings me back to what I say on pretty much every episode. The boring stuff wins. Backups, access controls, human oversight. Having someone check the work before it goes live. None of this is exciting. None of this makes for a good social media post about how AI transformed your business. But it's what stands between you and a situation where an AI tool has deleted your emails, sent the wrong message to the wrong client, or exposed sensitive information. Please, by all means, explore AI tools. I think they're fantastic. I think they are really, really interesting and can be very, very useful. But you need to treat them the way you treat a brand new employee on their first day. You wouldn't give them the keys to everything and walk away. You'd supervise them. You'd check their work. You'd limit what they can access until they've earned your trust. Do the same with your AI tools. Alrighty, guys, I laughed when I saw that one, and then I thought this is really one to have a chat about. What do you guys think? Have I raised more questions than I've answered? Certainly hope so. It's how we learn and grow. Have you used AI agents, not just chatbots, but agents? Are you thinking about it? What guardrails have you put in place? Have you got any in place, or did you not realize you needed them? I would really love to know where you're at with all of this and what you're doing with all of this. So leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. If this episode was useful, I would really like a like, and maybe you could share this with a friend. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button now and ring the bell so you find out when I drop more content. If you need help with any of this, I'm here to help. If you haven't already booked your free 30-minute breakthrough session, you can do that by visiting my website, askcharlyleetham.com, clicking on the button in the top right hand corner, or if you've already had your free breakthrough session, reach out and book more time with me. I am for hire. I would love to help you. That's it for this Firewall Friday. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all on Monday for Mindset Monday. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.